the American Rescue Plan, which I'm proud to have voted for and provided a historic increase to the child tax credit by boosting the credit to $3,600 for infants and toddlers and $3,000 for children, and paying those credits on a monthly basis. Child poverty decreased by 30% in 2021. In the same year, food insecurity decreased by 24%, the equivalent of 2 million fewer children going hungry. For parents, the CTC helped pay for baby formula, childcare, and so many other things. Unfortunately, this critical lifeline ended for hardworking families across the nation at the end of 2021. Secretary Yellen, is it your opinion that the American Rescue Plan enhanced child tax credit is the reason for decrease in child poverty in 2021?
I believe that a recent study showed that about a half of the decrease in child poverty was directly attributable to the child tax credit, and there were other things that also served to lower child poverty.
And how many more children would be lifted out of poverty if the Bipartisan Tax Relief for American Families and Workers Act was signed into law?
I don't know the exact numbers, but certainly additional children would be.
Based upon what we saw previously, and looking at what the credit is devised in that legislation, to me it is a proven track record of delivering brighter future for our children. And I want to thank the chairman for his continued work on this issue. I hope we can pass this legislation shortly. Climate change is causing the property and casualty insurance market to buckle under competing pressures to provide returns for shareholders and sell a product that policyholders can afford. As businesses, insurers have an obligation, obviously, to their shareholders to make a profit. But as policymakers, we have a right to be concerned when families can't afford or access necessary homeowners insurance coverage. Allstate and State Farm have stopped writing new policies in California. 15 other companies have stopped writing new policies in Florida. Insurance giant AIG plans to reduce their homeowners insurance business in communities across the United States: New York, Delaware, Florida, Colorado, Montana, Idaho, and Wyoming. 12% of homeowners have chosen to forego home insurance. So, Madam Secretary, can you discuss, as noted in the report, how climate risk drives a negative feedback loop to economic and financial stability?
Well, we're very concerned about the developments that you just cited. And, of course, the absence of insurance or being priced out of insurance as these climate risks have intensified is harming the well-being of households and the cost of living. And it's also creating risk to financial stability because many banks have exposure through loans to the risks that can come if there are uninsured losses. And so there can be a feedback loop that works to disadvantage.
Greetings, friends. I have breaking news to share with you today. The Internal Revenue Service has just unveiled a brand new plan that officials claim would help fund the government. Analysts have also announced 3 major ways that Social Security recipients' finances may be affected if President Biden is not reelected. My dear friends, I'll be going over what you need to know. So please make sure that you watch until the end of this video. Also, tomorrow, I will be announcing several winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you would like to enter these weekly giveaway, friends, please make sure that you click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, friends, the greater your chances of winning these giveaways. According to Go Banking Rates, the individual who holds a top spot in the White House come January 20th, 2025, will have the power to enact financial policies that could affect America's retired population. While we do not know who that will be or what that will mean, it is important for retirees and near retirees to consider all possibilities. During the former president's first term, he made significant changes to tax laws, and he could do the same again. David Brilliant, a tax attorney at Brilliant Law Firm, told reporters, during his presidency, one key area that impacted retirees was the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. The legislation lowered individual income tax rates, which on one hand provided some retirees with a lower tax bill on their taxable retirement income. But for retirees with significant investment income, the changes in tax rates and deductions under the bill required a reevaluation of their tax planning strategies to optimize their after-tax income. It is possible that the former president would make changes to government programs that benefit retirees. Brilliant also stated any future proposals to change these could significantly affect retirees' financial health, underscoring the importance of staying informed and prepared to adjust financial and estate planning strategies accordingly. So although we don't know who will win the election, there are steps that retirees can take now to be in a good financial position no matter who becomes U.S. president next year. Also, friends, according to the Internal Revenue Service, the nation's millionaires and billionaires are evading more than $150 billion a year in taxes. That is adding to the growing government deficits and creating a lack of fairness in the tax system. The IRS, with billions of dollars in new funding from Congress, has now launched a sweeping crackdown on wealthy individuals, partnerships, and large companies. In an interview with CNBC News, IRS Commissioner Danny Werfel said, the agency has launched several programs targeting taxpayers with the most complex returns to root out tax evasion. The agency has also said that this will make sure every taxpayer contributes their fair share. Werfel has said that for years, a lack of funding at the IRS cut the agency staff, technology, and resources needed to fund audits. Audits of taxpayers making more than $1 million a year fell by more than 80% over the last decade, while the number of taxpayers with income of $1 million jumped 50%. Some Republicans in Congress have ramped up their criticism of the Internal Revenue Service and its expanded enforcement efforts. They say the wave of new audits will burden small businesses with unnecessary bureaucracy and years of fruitless investigations and will not raise a promised revenue. The Inflation Reduction Act gave the IRS an $80 billion infusion, yet congressional Republicans won a deal last year to take $20 billion of the funding back. Now they're pressing for further cuts. The Treasury Department said last week that greater IRS enforcement will result in an additional $561 billion in tax revenue between 2024 and 2034. The IRS says that for every extra dollar spent on enforcement, the agency raises about $6 in revenue. On Wednesday, the agency announced a program to audit owners of private jets who may be using their planes for personal travel and not accounting for their trips or taxes properly. Danny Werfel said the agency has started using public databases of private jet flights and analytic tools to better identify tax returns with the highest likelihood of evasion. It is launching dozens of audits on companies and partnerships that own jets, which could then lead to audits of wealthy individuals. Well, my great and beautiful friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for today. My dearest friends, thank you so much for being part of this community. Please note that every Friday, I will be announcing several winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you would like to enter these weekly giveaway, friends, do make sure that you click and like several of my videos, and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, friends, the greater your chances of winning these giveaways. Thank you, and have a wonderful and very blessed week.